Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, where we happen to be. Welcome to another edition of the Living World of Darkness, New York by Night. We set the scene up within a blue sedan. The driver already being inside and proceeding off, and there happens to be one kindred who apparently had to fight to get another smaller kindred within the vehicle. It just seems as if something has overtaken her. Frank Green, for his part, trying to calm her down, trying to keep her as calm as possible, but the current drama of the last few nights seems to have overtaken her. She's in hysterics as Frank Green just simply tries to escort her into the vehicle, try to calm her down, simply saying, "It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. We're going home. We're leaving."
And through the use of Frank's animalism and his soothing words and his soothing everything else, the dice roll that I did beforehand, Austin, you'll attest to this, Elena does indeed calm the fuck down. She calms the fuck down so well with 3 successes that she'll get into the seat quite demurely and stop struggling. She'll, for a moment, just look at herself and then just rip herself out of the funerary garb that she's wearing and look around for anything else to put on. It's like she doesn't even care at the start that she's completely butt-ass naked. She just doesn't want to be wearing that funeral garb anymore.
Frank Green, for his part, goes ahead and takes a quick trip to the trunk of the car, goes through one of the Kindred starter kits, and comes back out, this time with a extra set of clothes for Elena. At first, he goes ahead and throws the jacket to her.
And she will put the jacket around her shoulders and then just start picking at the bits of blood and everything on her hand where she started just going apeshit and began just breaking nails and clawing at the car. And she'll actually just look down at her hands where her protein claws are receding and just go, well, that's fresh. Frank, what are you going to do?
What do you mean, what am I going to do?
What are you going to do?
About what?
You can't ignore this, Frank. I can't ignore this. I can't beg you to help me. I can't even expect you to. Please, Frank, what are you going to do?
I'm going to do what I said. I'm going to give them what they want, and I'm going to walk away. I'm going to take you with me.
You're going to walk away. I can't think, Frank. Can we drive? Can we get out of here, please? Can we just drive?
Sure. Frank Green goes ahead and looks to the driver, tells him to go on, and goes ahead and that seat, just so that Frank and Elena could have a little bit of privacy.
I didn't believe you at the start about the Sabbat. I didn't believe Dales. I didn't believe Rose. I suppose I have to make my own fucking stupid mistakes. I thought you could reason with them. And I didn't go there to reason with them. I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go there to reason with them. Limey was going to burn the down. It was going to just burn down the fort.
I know.
And
I know.
But what's the point of burning it down if you don't know whether they're there? I told him that I'd look into it. When he went missing, I got in, I got out. I found you. But this time I didn't get out.
Frank Green is simply going ahead and nodding. I want you to know, Elena, that nothing that has happened up till now has been your fault. We all make mistakes. We all make misjudgments. Was big misjudgment. And we're trying to fix it. We're trying to put it back together.
It's very wise of you. Not to blame. It's a useless thing anyway. Doesn't stop the fact that. And Elena just thinks back to the time in the casket where she pretty much overheard the entire conversation. Doesn't change the fact that you're now between such a rock and a hard place, Frank. We can't leave. We can't.
What stops us? What really stops us? Have you? Have the heart? I can go ahead and forward that information right now if I wanted to. And the entire world is our oyster. The walls of Camarilla don't apply to us. We are gangrel. We've always been independent whether we knew it or not.
It doesn't come down, Frank, it doesn't come down to what faction we follow. That was made clear to me. That was made clear to me. People are people. In the end, we're all human in our hearts. Whether we're good people, bad people, really doesn't matter, people. The Camarilla means nothing to me, but you know what means something to me? Is you, is Limey, is Rose. It's the people that have made this existence bearable for me. And that is what I will fight for. And we can't just walk away, Frank. We can't. I know now what it is that has scarred you. I've been there too. And sometimes, Frank, you just have to look inside yourself. You have to realize the truth of it all. And something that might sound stupid at the start, it certainly sounds stupid to me. That which doesn't kill me makes me stronger. That doesn't mean fortitude training. That means we have been through these atrocities. We share the knowledge. We know in our hearts the worst thing that we can do is to leave and leave those we truly care about to that fate. We are armed with wisdom they don't have. And it hurts me in my heart to think that I would run away from Rose, from Limey.
Has been hit the hardest over and over and over again. It's this clan. You and I are the only things standing between barbarism and the ivory tower.
And you would give up your
And
post
simply leave
and leave
and
them
let
to their
them
fate.
having to pay that check over and over and over again.
Between the ivory tower and barbarism. And you would leave.
Took this
You would leave your
post.
post. What then? Explain it to me, Frank.
Let me explain it to you. The only reason I have this post is because myself. There was at that table who simply sat down and let me stand up and say, I'm still coming back to me. I've paid my dues to this city and I have paid my dues to this clan.
What is it you care for?
You. You're the only thing in the city that I actually value.
That can't be. It can't be.
You've been around me for so long. Tell me, what do I truly want?
That is the question that every person has to answer themselves. I can I can see what it is you want, but whether it is what it is that you want right now, I don't know. But I'll tell you what I want. I don't want to abandon those that I care for. And as much as you're in a difficult situation, you place me in one too. I would follow you to the ends of the earth, Frank. But those that have shown me kindness deserve me at their back. And it's not about paying debts. It's not about being paid. It's not about doing someone a right turn or a wrong turn or any kind of reward. It's about what I feel in my soul is the right thing to do. I can't let them slip. Not into this.
The city does not hang on one or two kindred. The city hangs on a multitude of kindreds, all doing their small asked for. All actors have an entrance and exit. You, who do you care for within the city?
They do. I don't see it that way though, not right now. The way I see it now is that we are a cliff, a tower, as it were, being eroded by the sea, and every pebble that falls, the weaker it becomes. And us leaving would just weaken again. Who would follow us? Who would follow them? And what would be left? What would take our place?
I do not know who would take our place. All I know is if you want me here in this city, who am I fighting for?
You're fighting for you. You're fighting for what you know is right. If you didn't know what it is you're fighting for, then tonight you've proved it to yourself. What they did to me, what they did to you was barbaric. It is barbaric and it is wrong. And in the plainest truth that I can give you, Frank, you're fighting for what's right. And I know that sounds so cliche, and I know that you probably never thought you'd be in this position, but neither did I. You have your evidence. You've been there.
I
If
don't
you if you can
fight
if you can
for morality.
you do.
I don't fight for my own morality. I don't fight for my own humanity, my and love.
You're stubborn. You're a stubborn ass.
You know where you get it.
So I suppose words are useless once again.
I'm not
Shall we just
staying for morality. I'm not staying for my own sense of morality or what's right and wrong or any sort of ethics. If I stay here, I'm staying nobody else.
then stay for me
So I'm
because I'm
asking you,
staying.
asking you, who else? Who else do I stand for? Because I want to accept a accept. I'll accept people that depend on me.
Stay for me. I'm staying. Stay for Leonardo. Stay for Rift. Stay for Mona. Stay for the clan. Stay for us.
It's the only reason I'm in. Go ahead and make a hand. But it's so much easier to go ahead and tell that driver up there to go ahead and take a left turn after the bridge, to go ahead and take that highway. I have another place for us. Upstate.
And we will go there.
I have a new
And we
name.
will go there, Frank.
I have a fresh new slate for us.
In order to begin a new slate, the old one must be wiped clean. And right now we're in the middle of something. We would never forgive ourselves if we abandoned our clan. And not just our clan, Frank. The clan is perhaps the most important thing to you. But I'm still young. I can't abandon Rose. I can't abandon Limey. I can't even abandon Silas, for all that he scares the shit out of me.
I don't know what I'm going to do with Mr. Silas. He's always been the eldest of the city. Always been the widest, always been the craftiest, and probably the only one who has kept this city together for as long as he has.
Eleanor will take the jar with the heart, and this time a lot more calmly just look at it. And just look to Frank. We have this now, and I'm back. Can we simply keep this safe? Nobody needs to know. I'll miss my heart, but I'll abandon it for you.
Nobody needs to know. Nobody even needs to know about the consequences or even the circumstances of your return if you desire.
No, I just went camping again.
You forgot to call. You made a mistake when you typed in that line that you were.
You completely broke up there, dude.
Oh, I know. Allow me a chance to readjust.
Okay. I'm going to get ready to roll some dice at you.
We'll see how this works.
Alright, cool bananas. Alright, please repeat your last line if you could, please, and I'm going to get my dice tray ready.
Okay. Frank Green's last line was simply, he just simply made a mistake. We forgot to send another message out to Limely. Your birds did not come back, and then you decided to go take a camping trip. You forgot to tell me. We went ahead and made arrangements, and I picked you up.
Sounds legit. I'm not the best of liars, but I'll work on it. Are you sure there's no way I can convince you that you are doing this simply because you care for the people in this city, Frank? I can see that you do, otherwise you wouldn't fight so hard. Sometimes you just get beaten into the ground. And I can see that you are beaten into the ground right now, but you need to get up. You need to build some hope, man. Just listen to me.
Go ahead. Be my star.
He. Well, that's one success on my animalism 3. Listen to my words. And pretty much just Eleanor gives you another rundown of being faced with adversity. Well, we'll see how I go, hey? You just sort of put a hand on your arm and just go, I know that it's hard for you and you've lost so much already. But Frank, listen to me. Those that have lost their lives for the cause, their lives would have been for nothing if you just simply give up now. You honor their memories by continuing the fight until it kills us all. After all, none of us are immortal. The things that we are judged on, the things that we are remembered by, even our kind, will be the things that we achieve with our hands and with our claws and with our fangs. And I don't want to be
You
remembered for running away.
you would have liked Mr. White. Mr. White was a lot more hopeful, a lot more helpful. He took hits a lot better, although he wasn't asked of much, just simply to stand there and take hits. Mr. Green is a lot more complicated. Mr. Green was asked to do things.
Eleanor was just a little girl one time studying her mushrooms. And then she was plucked away from that life and given another one. And then she'd become a lot more complex. There's an understanding that she's just boring into your eyes.
And there's a guy named Nathan who happens to be dead.
And there's a guy called DuPont, who also is dead.
That was a strange case.
Mm-hmm.
All throughout, you could tell that there was something skewed, but nobody could have seen it. How skewed he could be. In fact, he had his moments of bravery, great honor. Nobody could call him a coward. Nobody could say that he didn't do his duty, all the way up until the betrayal that we did not expect.
What can we expect? None of us know what we're going to do. So we can't even put any expectations on ourselves. All we have is the moment. You told me that, Frank. So in this moment, with this intersection coming up, are you going to make cowards of both of us? Or are we going to be resuming our positions in New York?
Miss Elena Finn,
Mr. Frank Green?
I never, ever, ever want to see you in over your head ever again. I do not care where you are. I want you to be aware of your surroundings, and I do not want you to poke the bear. Because otherwise you'll be poking me.
Elena looks down at the chiding, but she's smiling. Of course, sire.
Frank Green goes ahead and knocks on the separating glass, turns it down a little bit, and simply says, change of plans. Going to Queens. Speed up. The window goes ahead and rolls up again. Do you know what you're getting yourself into?
Not really. But I do know that when I nearly lost you, I nearly went berserk. And I can only imagine how you felt. And I know for a fact that I will go through hell and high water to never feel that again.
Good. Good. It's sad, though. I thought Mr. Pink was really going to make it this time. Oh well. Thought Mr. Pink was going to go ahead and escape onto the sunset.
Later. You still have to come up with another name for me.
Little Miss Royal Purple.
So long as it's not future. Because she was a very awful character in Gormenghast.
One night we'll leave the city, but apparently it's not tonight.
Eleanor just gives you an adorable grin, and it's, considering the success, it's actually quite amazing that she's keeping it together as much as she is, with a jar in her lap containing her heart. Um, but she'll just sort of elbow you playfully and go, "Okay, so I went camping, and I forgot to tell you. And let's not tell Limey anything more, because he will lose his shit, and he probably will throw me off a building."
Yes, 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 yes. And about that, he goes ahead and points to the jar. Keep it someplace safe. Keep it someplace that nobody knows about, but you can still get to. And tell me where you hide it.
Mm, wouldn't it be better if we hid it somewhere where neither of us knew?
Then we would never
Because
be able
then,
to find it again.
not particularly. It would just be hanging on the crux of one person's shoulders. But I don't know yet. I'll think of something. I'm sure that Hippocrates. No. Who was it that did that story? And Ellen is just looking off into the distance. I can't remember. Who was that Greek author?
Franklin's just
I
simply
can't
going to
remember.
raise an eyebrow at you.
Yeah. Doesn't matter apparently. Doesn't matter apparently. As she turns her head though, out towards the window, you'll see just the glint of light catching on her newly tufted ears.
Better put your hoodie up next time you go out.
Oh. Ellen just sort of feels, that's not a lion's mane. I guess I screwed up.
Don't worry, sometimes those things just go away. Don't make it a habit of losing control.
Okay, I won't be losing control. I tell you what though, the one thing that I was worried about the most is what you'd do to me if I went and died. Because you always said you'd kill me if I died. That doesn't make any sense either.
No, I would have killed you if you died.
Okay, we can go with that.
I'm not kidding at
Still,
all.
just turns her head cutely. Okay, just accepts it. What do we do now? I'll hide this. I'll make sure it's never found.
Good, 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 but make sure you know where it is. Eventually,
Of course.
we could make good on our side of the bargain, and you could be whole. But for right now, take it as an opportunity. Take it as a fantastic new opportunity. Can you really say that any doctor wouldn't have fantastic opportunity examining one of their organs outside their body without having to fear for death?
That is a valid point. That is an exceptionally valid point.
I thought you might grab onto that idea.
Where are we going? Because I'd really like to go back to the cave.
We're going to go ahead and take a trip to Jamaica Bay, and then we can go ahead and walk the rest of the way. How'd you like that?
Sounds good. I need to check on my birds too. Well, your birds, I'm just borrowing them.
That's right. Apparently
Yeah,
I'm a pelican.
what?
Nothing, nothing, nothing. And the vehicle will continue to drive off past the longest bridge in America. And for a brief second, Frank Green goes ahead and looks off to the side of the road and looks at the hazard signs that are currently in place due to that big, big hole that he made only a few nights ago. Says nothing.
Uh, yep. Helena just watches his gaze and then just looks at the edge of the bridge approaching quite quietly. And yeah, I'm happy to leave it there if you want to do anything else.
No, no, no. We go ahead and our scene with the same panoramic view that we did a few nights ago. This time, the seagull's making note of one particular strange roaring machine that doesn't go ahead and take off and jump off into the water. Good night, everybody. I hope you have a good one.